Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss a very important news article that is regarding the Reserve Bank of India that has tightened the norms for the recovery agents. So what are the new guidelines that has been provided for the recovery agents? What are the applicability of these guidelines, that who will follow it? All of this we are going to discuss in today's session. But before starting with the session, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. And you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now starting with the news article that is regarding the outsourcing of financial services, responsibilities of the regulated entities employing recovery agents. So what happens that for outsourcing of the financial services, not all the services can be done by the banks. Okay, let's say the bank is giving a loan. The bank is giving a loan. Okay, it is providing the loan. It is taking the deposits from the customers. So this is the main work of the banks. Okay, this is the main work that a bank do. So now if the bank has to collect the loan, somebody is not providing the loan back, somebody is not giving the interest rate. So can the bank leave all the jobs that it has and can run after the person that is not providing the loan back? So the bank cannot do so, okay, because it has a lot of other works also. So that's why the banks can outsource the financial services, like to collect the loans. It can hire the recovery agents and it will become the responsibility of the regulated entity. That is, it will become the responsibility of the bank or the non-banking financial companies to handle the recovery agents, to look after the recovery agents, that they are working properly or not. Okay, regulated entities means that are the entities that are working under the RBI. Okay, those are the regulated entities under the RBI. So now the RBI has issued certain additional instructions to the regulated entities that are regulated under the Reserve Bank of India. So they can be the NBFCs that are under the RBI's purview, or it can be the banks that are under the RBI's purview, who engage in outsourcing financial services. So the additional instructions has been provided to the regulated entities for the outsourcing of the financial services. Okay. Through the new guidelines, the central bank addresses the issues relating to recovery agents, especially the outsourcing of financial services that is happening, that the banks are providing their small financial services. They are asking the recovery agents, they are asking the other agents to take over the additional work that is for the banks. Okay, especially the problem is coming in front of the recovery agents. Okay, regarding the recovery agents. Okay. So as per the RBI, the regulated entities are the ultimate responsibility. They have the ultimate responsibility for their outsourced activities, because the recovery agents, the agents are under the regulated entities. It is under some bank or it is under the financial institution like the NBFC. So the recovery agents or the other agents are hired by these regulated entities. So it is their work to handle the recovery agents. Okay, it is the regulated entities' work to handle the agents with them, and they are therefore responsible for the actions. So the regulated entities are responsible for the actions that are done by the recovery agents, okay, or other service providers. So the guidelines come after RBI has observed that the agents employed by the regulated entities have been deviating from the existing guidelines. So why these new guidelines were needed? Okay, when the banks have to handle the recovery agents, when the NBFCs have to handle their agents, so what the problem is coming, that we will see. So seeing the problem, the RBI has provided these guidelines. Especially the problem is that the recovery agents are not following the previous existing guidelines. Okay. And the instructions governing the outsourcing of financial service. So the previous instructions have not been followed, and that's why the RBI has to bring this new instructions. So the financial process outsourcing, what does it mean? Okay, what is the meaning of outsourcing of the financial services? It is the process in which an organizations like the banks or the NBFCs, they are providing their finance function that is outsourced to a third party. Okay, so the banks and the NBFC's financial services are being outsourced to the third party. So now this third party has to take the action of the recovery of the loan or providing the information to the customers or such kind of things. So by carrying out this, the organization can concentrate on the core competencies, on the core work that it has to do. Like the core work of the bank is to provide the loan and to take the deposits. So now the bank can focus on its core work after outsourcing its extra financial services to the third party. Now this third party will do this extra services, okay, for the bank, okay. So now coming to the problems that are coming in front of the regulated entities regarding the recovery agents. What is the problem that the recovery agents are creating, so that the RBI has to create this new guidelines for the regulated entities and the recovery agents? So that we will see now, okay. So starting with, the RBI has been addressing the issues relating to recovery agents engaged by the regulated entities and the methods and practices being followed by these agents while undertaking loan recovery activities, debt collection efforts. So the problem is coming when the recovery agents are recovering the money, okay, when they are collecting the debt, then the problem is coming. The RBI, as part of guidelines on fair practices code, so under the guidelines, RBI has said, under the guidelines of the fair practice code, it has been advised to the regulated entities that they should not resort to intimidation, okay, they should not resort to harassment of the customer, of the borrowers, calling them on their phone at the odd hours in their debt collection efforts. So it has been already guided, already advised to the regulated entities that they should not harass the borrower, they should not intimidate the borrower, okay, they should not call the borrower at odd timings. So it has been already told to the regulated entities, and the regulated entities that are hiring the recovery agents, they have already been told that they should not be doing any of this activity. So the existing guidelines on the permissible hours for calling borrowers on the phone for recovery purpose are currently specified in respect to housing finance companies and the regulated entities extended microfinance loans. So what is the perfect timing to call the customers? It has been given for the microfinance loans, the regulated entities, the banks that are providing the microfinance loans, and it has been given the permissible timing of calling the customer, it has been provided for the housing finance company. So you can understand that it has not been told for the other commercial banks, for the other NBFCs, okay. So they were calling, the recovery agents of those banks were calling at any time they want, okay. So taking into account certain recent development that has happened, including growing incidences. So incidents have grown in which unacceptable practices were happening by the recovery agents of the regulated entities. So RBI has seen that, RBI has taken many of the complaints, okay, RBI has received many of the complaints. So RBI has issued certain additional instructions. So after seeing this kind of problem, that the recovery agents are doing whatever they want, they are intimidating the borrowers, they are harassing the borrowers, they are harassing the relatives of the borrowers, harassing the family of the borrowers, and calling at odd times, because the times has not been specified for all the entities, it has only been specified for the microfinance loans and for the housing finance companies, okay. So the RBI has understood that yes, there is a problem and we have to cater that problem, because the relatives of the borrowers are being harassed, the borrowers are being harassed by the recovery agents calling and coming to their houses whenever they want, okay. So the RBI has issued certain additional instructions to the regulated entities by extending the scope of the guidelines and limiting the hours for calling the borrowers on phone for the recovery of overdue loans, okay. So the RBI, as part of the guidelines on the fair practices code, has already advised the regulated entities, and this is a part of the fair practice code. First I want to show you what were the previous guidelines that has been told under the fair practice code. So under the fair practice code, there is different guidelines, like how you provide the loan, what should be done during the application of the loan and everything, but we do not have to go there. We only want to see that what the recovery agents can do, okay. So that comes under the general guidelines, that in the matter of recovery of loans, the lender should not resort to undue harassment. So it has been already told in the existing guidelines, in the previous guidelines under the fair practice code, that the recovery of loans, when you are doing the recovery of loans, you are not entitled to harass someone. Persistently bothering the borrowers, this should not be done at odd hours. Use of muscle power should not be done during the recovery of loans, and anything etc. that harasses the borrower, that harasses the family of the borrower, harasses the relative of the borrowers, this should not be done. Okay. So post disbursement supervision, like after the disbursement by the lenders, particularly in respect of loans up to 2 lakh, should be constructed with a view of taking care of the borrower, especially when the harassment should not be done in any of the case, in any of the borrowing that the borrower has taken. Even if the borrower has taken hundreds of crores, still the harassment should not be there. This has been told here. But under the post disbursement supervision, it has been still told that if the person has taken less than 2 lakh, then you have to take care of the customer, take care of the borrower very thoroughly. Okay, then the harassment should not be there in any case. And even the person that has taken the loan less than 2 lakh, the person should be given some time. The person should be given notices, and before going to the calling and everything, before taking into account the recovery agent, the person should be given special timing and all. So the person that has taken, the entity that has taken the loan less than 2 lakh, they have a special kind of treatment that are given to the person that have taken the loan less than 2 lakh. So here you can see that. So there should be constructive work that should be done towards the people that are taking less than 2 lakh of the loan. Okay, this is special category that you have to remember. Okay. So I hope you have seen that under the Fair Practice Code, what was said, that it was already said that do not do the harassment, but still the harassment was happening, still the calling at the odd times were happening. And so the RBI, it is advised that the regulated entities, the RBI has to advise that the regulated entities shall strictly ensure that they or their agents do not resort to intimidation, that they or their recovery agents should not be included in any kind of harassment, either verbal or physical, against any person in their debt collection efforts, including acts intended to humiliate publicly or intrude upon the privacy of the debtors' family members. This should not happen. So these are the new guidelines that has been provided by the Reserve Bank of India, and why it has been provided I have already told you. And like their friends or their relatives should also not being included in the debt collection. They should not be humiliated publicly, as well as they intrude upon the privacy. Sending inappropriate message should not happen either on the mobile or through social media. Making threatening and or anonymous calls, this should not also happen. Persistently calling the borrower, this should not happen. As well as the timing has been said that the call, if the recovery agent has to call the borrower, then it should be between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, not after 7 p.m. and not before 8 a.m. So this is all the guidelines that has been provided. These are the new guidelines. Okay, as well as applicability, these guidelines are applicable on the all commercial banks, including the local area banks, regional rural banks, small finance banks, excluding the payments bank. Okay, so the payments bank do not provide the loans, and that's why they are excluded from these guidelines. All India finance institutions like the Exim Bank, NABARD, NHB, SIDBI and NABFID, they are the 5 all India financial institutions, and I hope you know all about them. Okay, they are very common institutions that you must have heard a lot. Okay, so they should also follow these guidelines. All non-banking financial companies, including the housing finance companies, they also have to follow these guidelines. All primary urban cooperative banks, state cooperative bank, district cooperative bank, they have to follow these guidelines, as well as all asset reconstruction companies have to follow these guidelines. Okay, so the next is any violation in the above regards by the regulated entities will be viewed seriously. And this is a notification from January 2021, in which what happened that the Bajaj Finance Limited, the recovery agents of this company, this NBFC, were creating trouble. They were they were doing the harassment of the borrowers. And you can see here that taken into account the failure of the company to ensure that its recovery agents did not resort to harassment or intimidation of customers, and that's why the entity, the NBFC, it has to pay a fine of 2.5 crore because it was not able to handle its recovery agents who were creating problem in the society. Okay, so the NBFC, the regulated entity, is the one that will be punished directly. Okay. So any violation, here you can see that any violation, now the new guidelines have come. So any violation in the new guidelines also, it will be viewed seriously. This has been said by RBI, and the RBI has also set an example in the previous year. So you can see that what RBI can do. Okay, if the RBI thinks that the intimidation or the harassment is happening, so it can fine a bank, it can fine any NBFC or take stringent measures. Additional information, here you can see that the circular shall not apply. The circular or the guidelines that are provided for the banks, there it will not apply. The new circular or the new guidelines will not apply to the microfinance loans that are covered under the Master Direction Reserve Bank of India. So recently I have taken a session also in this that the RBI's new microfinance lending norms were released, and you can see this session. I will provide the link in the description box. In that it was said that the definition of the microfinance changed and many other things changed. So there are different guidelines for the microfinance lending. So these guidelines, these new guidelines regarding the recovery agents, they will not be there for the microfinance loans because they have the different guidelines. Okay. So this is regarding the microfinance loans, that the microfinance loans guidelines that was introduced in this session. The definition was changed regarding the microfinance loan, that the microfinance loan will be that loan which is collateral free and which is provided for less than 3 lakh. Okay, to the household having annual household income of up to 3 lakh. Okay, it was the previous limit was 1.2 lakh for the rural households and 2 lakh for the urban households. If the urban households had the income of 2 lakh, they were providing the microfinance loan, but the limit was raised for both rural households and the urban households, and the new limit was 3 lakh. If you want to know more about the microfinance loans and the lending norms regarding the microfinance, you can see this video. I will provide the link in the description box below, and this is a very important norm. That is why I have also presented it here in a little, that what is the applicability of this norms and what is the definition of microfinance loan. Okay, so now moving forward, this is the first question. I hope you can easily answer this question now, that all commercial banks excluding which will be there, which do not have to follow the guidelines. Okay, here you have to tell that which is the incorrect statement. Here it should be which is the incorrect statement. Okay, so here now this is the microfinance loan. The definition you have to tell what is the new definition of the microfinance loan. This is the incorrect statement that you have to tell. Okay, so thank you very much, and these were the people that gave the right answer of the previous session question: Anand, Vamshi, Abhishek, Valke, Unnati, Sudhakar, Guru, Prashat and Amit. So well done you guys, and this is really nice to see that many of you know the right answers of the questions, and thank you very much for replying the right answers. Okay, replying at all. So thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Thank you.